guys in Chapel Hill, since we cannot see you, just go ahead and jump in anytime without waiting for, don't wait for anything formal. Just jump in when you can because we can't see you at all. So be aggressive with the microphone, okay? All right, well, it's good to be back. And today, Enrique is gonna take the wheel for a few minutes. But before we start, I gave you a list of quotes for you to make comments on. We're going to save that until toward the end of the hour, and if we don't have time to get to that, we'll pass it on to the next class, okay? The idea is if the discussion is fruitful, if it's productive, we're going to continue with the discussion without trying to be so formal with the class. And while Enrique is talking, I want you guys to jump in. I'm going to jump in, but you guys got to be assertive. You got to be aggressive. So we will hope, we expect you to do that. And then finally, we will be sending you the specifics for your final project, which will be due sometime in April, late April, May. Okay, but again, we will be sending those specifics to you shortly after this class. Okay? All right.
Okay, thank you very much. And good, what is it, afternoon? Evening?
It's evening somewhere.
Somewhere. Good evening, everybody. We were a little bit late, sorry. We had some technical problems, so we had to jump from one building to the other building, all of us. So that's the reason of the delay. Sorry about that, but okay, let's move on. Today we're going to talk about a very important issue from my perspective, to understand all the changes we have been suffering for the past years. There is one aspect I would like to narrow, today. We have been talking all in the course about a lot of different topics that have to do with technology, that have to do with sociology, the era, the Geist we are living today. We've been talking about business and the new media and a lot of stuff. And today I want to talk about especially one issue, not because the others are not important, just because I think that this one in particular, we haven't said enough in this course about this phenomena. And this phenomena, I can reduce it in one word. The young, the youth. Part of all the changes.
You speak a little bit slower. We're having a real hard time understanding.
A little bit slow. Okay. Today we're going to talk about a really important issue that complements what we have been talking all over the course. And it's about young people. It's about the youth. It's about the people that will be managing the world today and tomorrow. And these are the people where all this new phenomena is not new. It's part of their lives. They don't know the world in another way. It's like we have been talking in the past about, for example, when new technology arrives, using the telephone 30 years ago, the last question that you would ask to somebody by the telephone would be, where are you? That was a nonsense question 30 years ago in the telephone. Today, the first thing you ask when you're in a conversation is, where are you? Because today, in the telephone, you can be any place around, literally around the world. So young people today don't see the new thing about all that we have been discussing here. And today I would like to talk about something where there's a lot of research today, a lot of very interesting research talking about how young people today are different kind of young people. It's not only to say that young people are special. Young people have always been special since humankind, exists. It's that today to be young is something different from being young when I was young, or being young 50 years ago or 100 years ago. Okay? Being young today is something different. And there is a lot of research. Today I'm going to base most of the things I'm going to say in two very important research that have been going on for the last years. But I can assure you, and you can do some research on this, you can find all over the place research that is being done right now that is talking how young people today have different structures, have different behaviors, have different ways of seeing and understanding the world, relating to the world today. You can see right now in the screen. I hope you see it. Okay. Sorry. Today, right now, the presentation. I finished it today in the morning, so it's already in Blackboard, but it wasn't yesterday. Sorry for that. But right now, if you get into the Blackboard, you can see the presentation will be following today. So there are two very important research that I am going to base today's class. Grown Up Digital. This is a book that I already mentioned in another occasion here in class. And I'm putting in the Blackboard the introduction and part of the first chapter of this book. If you can read it, all the book, it will be great. It's a very good book. We didn't put it in the class list because it didn't arrive to me soon enough. But once I read it, I found very, very interesting things that I think everybody here in the class should know about. Don Tapscott makes huge research over the last 10 years. 10, what's that number? 10,000? 10,000 young people interviewed in 12 countries, including USA and Mexico. And another very important project that has been developing in the last 3 years. It is called the Digital Youth Project, mainly based in USC and the University of California in Berkeley. Over 800 interviews, and more than 5,000 hours of online observation on how young people are. Can you imagine what's there? I mean, it's pretty amazing. You can find the whole, I'm putting the whole documents. There are 2 documents of this last research.